Let's see what's in the garden. Hey, buddy. We're gonna go out to the garden. Hey, everybody. Checking in. I'm gonna be going out to my garden today and talking about all the different weeds that are growing in my yard. Most people would just pull right out and throw away, but there are lots of really, really good weeds to be eaten and consumed with lots of good nutrients. So I'm going to show you some really cool stuff in my garden today, and I hope you enjoy. The nettle-leaved goosefoot. The seeds, the stalk, and the leaves are all edible parts of this plant, and they can be eaten as greens. We got there. We got some herbs from the garden. Spock's helping me. A good boy. All right, what do we got over here? Okay, so here we have chickweed, which is all over my garden. And essentially the whole plant is edible and can be tastily eaten minus the roots. You don't want to eat the roots, they're gross. This plant is known as the lesser swine cress. It is edible, but it's not really quite enjoyable because it's quite pungent and has a very distinct odor to it. Here's a cool one in my garden. California hummingbird sage. Apparently, on a hot summer day, you can actually chew on these leaves and they will help you feel less thirsty. Obviously, stay hydrated if possible, but it's a nice solution in times of need. So I didn't even plant this plant, but as soon as I started watering when I moved into my location I live at, it started growing like a weed. And I didn't know what it was until it started blooming, but this is sweet alyssum. And it's a very edible plant and flower with a sweet taste to it. And what's really good about it is to get rid of those other pesky insects. This actually attracts a lot of ladybugs and other sorts of insects that will eat the ones that you do not want around your garden. Some Spock. The spiny sow thistle, sometimes mistaken for dandelion. Even though it's got some spiky parts of the leaves, it is definitely edible and found in most gardens. It's quite invasive though. You can pull them, recommended before they flower, from the roots. I would use gloves because they are spiky, but they can be eaten as well too. I actually feed them to my bearded dragon. Looking good so far. Ooh, creeping wood sorrel. Well, it's creeping in my garden, and every part of this plant is edible. Use it in salads, soups. Sometimes you can even make it into some tea. And of course, you cannot forget about rosemary. I have this growing in a few spots at my house, and I use it a lot for cooking, actually. What I'll do is I'll put butter in the pan, and then I'll stick some rosemary in there so the rosemary can marinate and cook its good stuff into the butter. But make sure to take it out before it starts turning colors. All right, we got some purslane growing in my yard. It's not that big yet, so I think I'm gonna leave it for now so it gets bigger. But that's definitely very edible, and you can put those in your salads. Adds a little crunchy taste and lots of flavor. All right, so I got some butter melting. I'm gonna add some rosemary for just a moment here to get the nice flavors introduced to the butter. Nice black pepper. Add some Himalayan sea salt. So unfortunately, I don't have my own carrots growing in my backyard because I don't have raised beds, mostly due to the fact that I have gophers in the backyard and lots of other little critters living out in this whole countryside here. And so I'm just gonna cut some nice fresh carrots up. You know who loves carrots? Spock loves carrots. Sit, good boy. Spock loves his carrots. I really try to do not too much dairy. I do love my cheese though. I have a little some cheese. And I'm just gonna lightly cook these green zucchinis. And here I have some Bavarian style mustard and some raw apple cider vinegar for a little bit of a tangy sauce to put into my meal. Very fresh. Here's my breakfast. That looks so good. Yummy. And here's Azula. You want a little some food? Mmm. Mmm. Fresh herbs from the garden. Azula's happy. Don't forget, don't throw away your eggshells, as your plants would totally love them. So I got a couple little sequoias here. Just add it to the soil. Ah, get out of there. Spock likes to eat anything. I have to watch him. Here we are. This is a Yalquist. And this is Emeralda. Most of the time, the herbs and weeds that your body needs are grown right in your backyard. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that was fun and informative for you. There's lots of weeds that are growing in people's gardens, and a lot of people will just overlook them or pluck them to throw them away. And a lot of them have a lot of really good nutrients and value to your body. Thank you for joining me in my garden, and tune in for more videos